was going, just want to thank God for my salvation. It was about 5 years ago before I gave my life to God, you know. I was a drug addict, I was an alcoholic, I was useless, I never finished anything in my life. I was in and out of treatment centres, I was a disgrace to my family. I was brought up a decent way from a good family. You know, I was pushed to work and to study and to attend college and take part in sports, and as you do, along the way I got involved in the wrong crowd, and it changed my life. You know, I started smoking, I started drinking, and I started taking drugs that were around at the time, and I wanted to be fit. I wanted to feel that I was something, and I wanted to fit in with the older people, you know. And from then on, I progressed, and my family, they couldn't put up with me anymore. They were hurt. My mother was hurt. My dad was hurt that their oldest son, and the oldest in my family, had gone down this road, and all the work they did for me, everything they tried to help me with, you know. I went into a treatment centre in '99, and I got thrown out of the treatment centre after 5 weeks because I didn't do it for me. I was only doing it for my family. And from that time on, then I hadn't been in my house. My mother and father couldn't put up with me. They weren't able to live with a drug addict. Me robbing them and stealing and lying and climbing out windows and robbing other people, and this going missing and that going missing, you know. They weren't able for it, you know. They weren't brought up that way, you know, and neither was I. But the drugs had got a hold of me, and it destroyed my whole life. And for years I was in and out of places. You know, I was living in friends' houses, I was living in squats, I was living in back of buses, I was living everywhere, you know. And I went into a treatment centre and out in town, and I done well for a while, and you know, I grew up in there, and I got to learn a lot more about drugs as well. I met certain people, you know. I ended up leaving and started back drinking again, and thought it was okay to drink and stuff like that. But me personally, I was still looking for that something, you know, and it destroyed my life again. I ended up with a girl, and I had a child, and I ended up back on drugs, you know. And my family didn't want me. It's not that they didn't want me, they weren't able for me. The girl wasn't able for me, and I was left on my own again. And it took me a few years, and I really went bad on heroin. I used needles. It destroyed my life. Got very sick. And I ended up on my knees and asking my family for help, and they gave me help, and my dad's friend brought me down to a Christian recovery program down in Ballyfermot there at the time, Victory Outreach, and I didn't know what it was all about, but at this stage I was desperate. I needed help. I couldn't do it anymore. I wasn't able for it. I was 26 years of age, 27 years of age. I had no family, I had no kids, I hadn't had my child, I had no friends. They didn't want to know me because I was just a bum. I was just bumming money off them, or I robbed them, or I wasn't a nice person, and my family, none of my family wanted me. And I went to Victory Outreach, and at first I didn't know what I was doing, but I started to see the love and the kindness and the different things that were going on, you know. I knew it was tough to come off the drugs, but as soon as I went in, I knew I had some sort of peace, you know. And now I know what that peace was, you know. I know it's the peace of God, that the love and the sound mind and the peace that I was looking for all my life, I found, you know. I found it in a Victory Outreach recovery program, and it changed my whole life. You know, I done a long time there. I found out I had hepatitis. I got real sick for a few months. You know, I moved on then to the next stage, and went from there to a second part. You know, after I finished the first part, I went into a second part and tried to, you know, get my life back. And I met a girl, and within a few months I got married, and my family helped me, and I'm back talking with my family, you know. And I built a relationship with the leaders in the church, and I had people there, like my leaders at the time, my home director at the time, my re-entry home director, and my pastor Andy and Sister Marie. They were there for me, and they helped me and they got me through what I needed to get through and guided me in life and showed me how to live life again. Not a drug addict, not an alcoholic. That it's not all about giving, take. It's about giving and helping other people and changing other people's life. And nobody's perfect. I fell short myself a few times, you know, but I got back up and I kept fighting. Why? Because I was taught that way. I learned that way. You know, Jesus fell 3 times and he got back up. You know, until that day that I feel that I can't go anymore, which is not going to happen. Until that day, I'm going to keep fighting. You know, and now I have a beautiful wife, I have a lovely child. He's flying around. He's great. You know, and you know it's something that I never had before. Is that peace. You know, and I've got a restored relationship with my other son. I have my family behind me. You know, they support me in any way I can. You know, I'm getting operations on myself, and you know, God's moving in different ways, and He's bringing me to different countries and experiencing different people, different lifestyles, and you know, it's changing us. You know, and growing and growing and growing, and you know, I thank God for what He's done and for Victory Outreach and for what He's going to do as well at Victory Outreach Dublin, because I believe that this is only the start. You know, we still have other counties to go into, you know, because it's not just about Dublin. There's Limerick, there's Cork, there's Waterford, you know, there's Belfast, there's Galway, there's places that people don't even know about the damage of what drugs can do. You know, I'm only one person. You know, I've seen millions of people come in and out of our recovery homes and leave and end up dying. You know, and I'm lucky that I'm one of the ones that stuck around and built a good relationship and changed my life. You know, and I owe that to God for what He's done, and for Victory Outreach for doing what no doctor could do, that no clinic could do, no hostel could do, that no streets could do, that no methadone could do, that no drugs could do. What God has done for me. And I just want to give a shout out to Victory Outreach, and I thank you very much for saving my life, my family's life. You know, because if I die, I'm sure my mother would die soon after. You know, I'd be heartbroken for her, and my wife and my children. And if it wasn't for Victory Outreach, I wouldn't be sitting here today to explain this story to you. Thanks very much.